She was over there quiet the whole time. Goof Troop 1, she said 2, and here she over there. Like it's 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are live and we are visible. Good God Almighty. We are live and we are visible now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited on this Wednesday. My apologies for the delay and for the technological glitch that we just had, but now we're here. You can hear me audibly and you can see me visually. So we are ready to start an amazing show today. For those of you that are coming on for the first time, or if you're coming back on because I kind of ruined your first few minutes today of the show, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate all of your feedback. It just means the world to me and to my team that you are continuing to be a part of what we're doing, not just through the show, but to be a part of what we're doing through our entire organizational enterprise. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I'm your host, Ramon Preston. Every Monday through Friday, we share with you information that we know without a doubt can help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And so for those of you that are coming on live, wherever you are, would you please be so kind to drop in the comments the city you're watching from, or maybe just the city you're representing. You might not be in the city you are representing. You might be in another city, but we would love to get that feedback from you. We have people from all over the world, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Definitely people from around the United States of America who look to the Ramon Preston Show for information so that they can continue to start, structure, or scale whatever it is that they're doing in their businesses, their ministries, their income streams, or wealth building dreams. We have so many people that are a part of our tribe. They are in our ecosystem, meaning that they are feeding off of the content that we share. And you may be one of those individuals. And so for that, I want to say thank you so much for just trusting me, trusting my organization to help you in those areas. And everything that we share with you on this show, Monday through Friday, is a direct extension of, first and foremost, what I'm living. I really do not, like literally, don't talk about and teach principles or practices that I'm not either trying to develop and live to be successful with or have already. So whatever you're hearing from me, I'm living it, or I'm learning it and I'm living it, and I'm implementing it in my own personal life. And so all the stuff that we share on this show, all the information, all the content, it's a reflection of who I am, what I live, and it's a reflection of what we teach and what we share with our clients and our customers. So even if you have not purchased anything from us, you've never been a part of our workshops, you've never purchased a blueprint, you're not a coaching client, you're just a follower on social media. Well, guess what? We share with you the same information, the same content. Of course, it's not as in depth, but you still get it. And so thank you so much. Drop the name of the city in the comments. While we're sharing with you some information today on what today's topic is, if you have any questions, there are 2 numbers that you will see in the comments. And those numbers, my team, my squad, they are available to answer your questions, to give you more information. And while we're live on the show, you can actually call in and ask your questions, or you could just drop your questions in the comments. I love to answer your questions because I love to help you figure out what you need to do to continue to move forward. So we're excited about what's happening with our organization and with the people that we're helping on a daily basis. Now this week, this whole week, we have been talking about your first 5 actions in business. That's what we've been talking about all week. Your first 5 actions in business. This is actually a session that I taught during our last business coaching mastermind. And every quarter we host a business coaching mastermind. It is exclusively for everyone who is a part of our 1-year business coaching program. But we also like to open it up at least for a few people who may want to come in and be a part of that business coaching mastermind that may not be business coaching clients. So we have a current offer, which you can see the offer in the description. There's a link to that offer. And when you click that link, it's going to take you to our university training platform, and you will see that this is a 2-for-1, really a 3-for-1 offer. And what that means is for $30, $29.99, like basically $30, we're giving you access to the business coaching mastermind that we hosted previously. We're also giving you a link and access to our upcoming business coaching mastermind in a few weeks. And we're going to also give you access in that same module link. You're going to have access to a follow-up Q&A that I'm going to be hosting. So basically for $30, you're going to get access to 3 virtual experiences. Our mastermind that we hosted, which it was a lot of information. Like that's what I'm talking about this week on the show, which is just one of the sessions or segments of our last business coaching mastermind. But then while you're taking the current one, going through it, learning what we taught, you can prepare for our live virtual event on August the 21st. That's going to be about 4 or 5 hours. And I'm going to really be doing a lot of deep diving and unpacking and assessing all of our coaching clients and businesses that are currently in that live event. So there's an in-person event and there's a virtual event. We're offering for $30 access to our last virtual event, our upcoming virtual event, and a virtual Q&A that we're going to do once the mastermind ends. So if you've never been a part of a business coaching mastermind, if you've never been a part of a group of people who really have a mindset to become millionaires and to get wealth, you want to do it. You want to be a part of that. You want to just be like, I ain't gonna say a fly on the wall, because I don't want you to be no fly. I want you to be a king or queen in the room, sitting at the table, getting what we're giving, because we're giving you the game. We're helping people change and transform their spiritual lives, of course, but more specifically, with regard to this business coaching mastermind, we're helping people change their economic lives. Because most of you, especially if you're in the faith community, you ain't got no issue with your spirit life. You save, you love the Lord, you know the scriptures, you pray, you live the best you possibly can as a human being. So spiritually, you might be able to check that box. I want you to be able to check that economic box. I want you to be able to have financial freedom. I want you to be able to take care of your family. I want you to be able to bless your church. I want you to be able to experience what my wife's church is currently experiencing. My wife has been pastoring our local church for 2 years now. And prior to her taking the lead pastor role, I led that church for 12 and a half years. So our church as a whole is 14 and a half years old. For the first 12 and a half years, I pastored it. I resigned 2 years ago. We planted my wife as the lead pastor of that church. And I want everybody's church to experience what my wife's church experiences, which I'm a member of that church. I'm a participant in that church, and that is freedom. She always declares, and people believe it because people in the church are living it, that we are a healthy church, we are a wealthy church, and we want the members of the church to live that life. We want the members of our community to live that same life. And guess what? It begins and ends with you learning the things that we're teaching on a daily basis. So again, this week we are talking about the first 5 actions in business, meaning that if you started a business, or if you look to start a business and you're trying to figure out like what exactly should I be doing? Can you give me that paperwork right there under that box? See them papers? If you're trying to figure out, okay, if I started a business, or if I want to start a business and I need to identify with like the first few actions that I should be taking in my business, like what exactly are those first actions that I would take in my business? Well, I'm saying to you that those first actions in business are actually 5 actions. There's 5 actions you should be taking in your business. So again, if you already have a business, but your business is not generating any money or enough money, you still can reset your business. It's okay to just hit the reset button and say, you know what? I've tried it for 6 months or 6 years and it hasn't worked. So what do I need to do? Well, we want to hit the reset button, and we want to develop a game plan that can actually net you results. See, this is why I'm always talking about our blueprint game plan, which is our virtual training program. And I'm always talking about our 1-year coaching program, because if you plan on being successful in business, I guarantee at some point your success is going to be tied to your education, your training, and the group or circle of people you put yourself around. So even if today is not the day, which today should be the day, but even if today is not the day for you to join our business coaching program and or become a member of our online training university, at some point you're going to need it. There is just no way you're not going to need it. And guess what? You may even be thinking, well, if I hit the lottery, or if I just get some big old financial windfall and I become a millionaire overnight, I ain't going to need all that. I'll just hire people to do it. You're wrong. At some point, you're going to run out of money. As a matter of fact, most people who become millionaires without complementing becoming a millionaire with education and training, they lose being a millionaire. In other words, they go back to being broke. That's why most people who win the lottery end up broke within 3 to 5 years. Most people who are celebrities or athletes or famous individuals who become millionaires, within 3 to 5 years of them no longer working full-time in that field, whatever they're doing, they become broke. Why? Because they never obtained what was probably superior to them just getting money from their gifts and talents, and that is education and training, and along with that education and training, putting themselves in a position to be around the right people who keep pushing them, who keep challenging them to grow. So we'll talk about that later, but we're talking about the first 5 actions in business. So Monday, we talked about the first action, which was and is for you to form or filter and form your products and services. So the first thing you need to be doing is sitting down, figuring out how many ideas do I have in my mind that I can actually convert into a product and a service. So if we got to get out of the idea phase. We're not going to be having all these conversations about what I want to do, what I'm finna do, what I got an idea to do, what I think could work. I got this idea for this. We getting out of that phase. We want to take those ideas and we want to filter those ideas so that we can form those ideas into products and services. We talked about that yesterday. We talked about the second action in business, which was and is to attach and add your prices and inventory. Meaning that once you take your ideas, form them into products and services, now you got to attach a price to it. And you got to look at the prices you attach to these products and services to see, do I need to add other inventory to make it easy for people to buy that product and that service, at least to feel good about what I'm trying to sell. And then that brings us to the third action in business, which is what I want to talk about today, and that is how to dissect and determine your business revenue. How to dissect and determine your business revenue. And this is very important because being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, it has a whole lot to do with you being good enough to know your numbers within your business operation. Meaning that if you're going to own a business, if you're going to be a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, if you're going to be an independent contractor, guess what? You could be working on a job just being the financer or the CEO of your family and your household. You gotta know your numbers. You gotta know your math. You gotta know metrics. You got to be able to stay on top of the money that you need coming in and the money that you want coming in, meaning that you also got to be on top of the money that you got going out. You have to become a beast at tracking your revenue. So today I want to talk about how do you dissect and determine your business revenue. Okay, there's somebody calling me. Hold up. I got to take this call on the live. Hello? Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good. I just wanted to let you know I haven't heard from the pastor, so I don't want you guys to leave out of there and then
Okay.
be there. So just to call it, make sure. Let's just hold off until maybe tomorrow or some other day.
Okay.
Until I until I get in contact with him this year, and I haven't been able to reach him today.
Okay, that's cool. Yep, that'll be perfectly fine. Just let me know what works for you and we'll make it work for us.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, take care. Okay, bye-bye. I'm sorry, y'all. That was a very, very, very important business deal that we got going on, and I had to take that call. But that's what you do when you're doing business. You stop, drop, and you roll to make it do what it do, baby. So back to my conversation. All right? How do you dissect and determine your business revenue? Well, let's go through this process so that you can understand how it works within the context of your first 5 actions in business. So, number 1, you should have already filtered and formed your products and services. It's hard for you to dissect and determine your business revenue if you don't have products that you have formed. Once you form the products, now you have to attach prices to those products and attach or add inventory to those products until you feel good enough about introducing them to the market. So once you attach prices to your products and add enough inventory to feel good about it, the next step is, okay, let me dissect and determine how much money, how much revenue my business wants to make with these products that I'm about to sell, and how much money or revenue my business needs to make. This is how you dissect and determine your business revenue. So listen to this. Dissecting and determining your business revenue describes the creative process of doing the math on all of the revenue your business wants and all of the revenue your business needs. So let's say, for example, you have a list of products and services that you want to sell, and you have certain prices that you have attached to those products and services. Now you need to look at, let's say, from July up until December, let's say for the next 6 months, how much revenue do you want your business to make? But then you have to have a list of how much revenue you need your business to make. So we have July, August, September, October, November, December. That's really 5 months. No, July, right? August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so we have about 5.5 more months. So let's just say, I'm gonna give you a couple examples, but let's just say you have a goal between July 14th and December 31st to make a certain amount of money. Oh, I wanna make 6 figures. Or I wanna make 50 grand in the next 5.5 months. Or I just wanna make $10,000. Okay, that's how much you want to make. But now you need to look at how much does it cost to run your business to determine how much do you need to make. Most entrepreneurs don't even do this metric because they might not have a lease that they paying rent for. They might not have staff members that they paying salaries and payroll to. But they might not even be allocating the dollar amount that they should be trying to pay themselves. So for example, even if your business is not making money, you should still know how much your business should be paying you. So you can at least know what are the costs associated to you running your business. So for example, if your business needs to be paying you $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, right? $25,000, $30,000 a year. Well, that means every month you run your business, if you're not at least making enough to pay you, then your business is in the negative. Your business is in the red. You at least need to dissect those numbers that way so that you know what are the costs associated to running your business. Because some people be looking at it like, yeah, I ain't making no money, but I ain't losing none either. Yes, you are. You losing a whole lot of money if you ain't making none. There's no way you cannot be making money and not lose money. If your business is not making money, your business is losing money by default, if that makes sense. So now I've got to put a list together of how much revenue do I want to make from July to December? How much do I want to make? Oh, I want to make $10,000 a month. Well, that means I want to make $55,000 between now and December 31st. 5.5 months, $10,000 a month. Okay, but how much do I need to make? Now you do that number and say, oh, wow, just in order for me to be a full-time employee in my business and for me to pay for my websites, my domains, for me to pay taxes or whatever I got to pay, I need at least $25,000. So I want 55, but my worst case scenario is I need 25. That's where you start at. So in my example, you can see where you have to separate or dissect your revenue wants and your revenue needs, okay? Once you do that, here's the next step that you have to take. You have to look at what is the median or average price of your products and services. You see, when we met with our clients yesterday, you see how I did that? See how I took a list of all their products? Yeah. From the highest product they have that they're offering to the lowest, right? Yeah. And then we looked at their median price. And once we started looking at their prices, what was the first thing I said? You can't build no business model around this. You need packages. You need something that's bigger that you can eat. It needs more, your business needs more meat on the bone. Like if some of you entrepreneurs just understood how important this third action in business was, you would probably change the way you price your products right now. Because you're probably pricing your products too low, meaning that your actions are going to reflect how low your prices are. Because if I have, like for us, the median price of our products around here is somewhere between, it's like $2,500. That's the median price. If you look at our chart, even on our platform, if you look at that revenue chart, it's going to show you the median price or average product is about $2,000 every 5 hours or every day or so. It may be some days we go by and nothing happened, but we at least know in order for us to hit that median price, or in order for us to actually be able to mathematically calculate how much money we need and how much business we need and how many products we need to sell, we need to figure out what is that median price. So that means you take the median price. You got to look at the median price or the average price of your products and services. How do you find that median price or average price out? Well, you take the overall revenue you want and the overall revenue you need your business to make, and you divide it by that price of that product and of that service. So let me give you an example. I have some examples on this paper. That's what I'm trying to read through to show you. So if you have an example that you want me to walk through with you, put the price of your largest product and the price of your lowest product in the comments, and we'll do a calculation on yours. Okay? So if you're watching and you want us to figure out what the median price of your products and services are, put your highest price product or service in the comments and put your lowest price. And then we're going to figure out what your median price is to determine this calculation. Man, I just wish everybody could understand this math, because it just changes the way you move. It changes the way you move. It really, really changes the way you move. It changes the way you move. And I'm telling you, I have proof, especially since we have launched our blueprint game plans and our coaching program. I have proof that when you know these numbers, it's easier for you to do what you need to do to reach those numbers. So when we're moving forward with certain actions that we're taking in our business, we're taking those actions based on data, however you pronounce it, that we have gathered, numbers, math, metrics, that has helped us to dissect and determine how much business we need to have in order to keep this business going. Because if we showing up every day and we ain't got no metrics, no math, we just like hoping something come through, we ain't gonna know where we at. And we'll be losing and not even knowing we losing. Or we'll be extremely successful but won't even be able to measure that success. So you have to, in order to dissect and determine your business revenue, number one, you got to get a number. How much money do you want to make in a certain period of time? Then you got to put that against how much money you need to make in that certain period of time. You want, you need. 6 months, a year, whatever the timeline is, right? Once you get those two numbers, then you want to look at what is the average price of my product. So if the average price of your product is a certain number, it ain't the highest product you got, it ain't the lowest, it's in the middle. It's median. It's the median price of your product and service. Now you need to take that number, the price of that median product, and you need to divide it into the goal or the number that you want to make. So for example, let's say, I give examples on here. We're going to use for an example, you want to have a 6-figure year, right? You want to make $100,000 in a year. And if you want to make $100,000 within a year, and let's say if your median income or your median product is $25, your median product is $250, your median product is $500, or your median product is $1,000. We want to use those 4 layers or levels of pricing for an example. Well, you got to take $100,000 and divide it by 25. So if my median product is $25 and I want to make 6 figures, that means I need to sell 4,000 products or services at $25. I need to sell 4,000. So if your average product is $25 and you want a 6-figure year, that means you got to sell 4,000 products in a year at $25, which means 4,000 divided by 12 is 333 products a month. You divide that by 4 weeks, that's 83 products a week. You divide that by 7 days, that's 11 products a day at $25 every day for 365 days that you got to sell in order to hit 6 figures. If you have a $250 average product, in order to make a 6-figure year, you need to sell 400 products. You got to do the same math. If I got a $250 product and I want a $100,000 a year, that means I need to sell 400 products in a year. Divide that by 12, that's 33 products a week. Divide that by 4, 8 products a week. Right? Divide that by 7, that's basically 1 product a day I gotta sell. You got to get it down to that math and metric so you can know what measure of action you need to take. Uncle G always be talking about massive action, taking massive actions like 10x actions. And guess what? It's just true. But you don't know the numbers behind the massive actions until you dissect and determine it. So this third action in business is critical because you want to know all the action that I'm taking every day is toward a certain number of products I need to sell based on a certain price of my products that's connected to a certain financial goal I want to reach. That's going to help determine your action. And it's going to help give you the energy to have that action. Because you know, oh, I got to get this done. And I got to get it done today. Or I got to get it done this week. So if what I'm saying is not confusing, because I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, I don't know what to tell you. Other than you just need to text help. Text help. You need to text help. Because if what I'm saying is not making sense to you, I guarantee you, this is a strong guarantee. But if what I'm saying is not really making sense to you and you are an entrepreneur, I guarantee you're not making enough money in your business. I know you don't have enough going on. You probably don't have the right action going on, enough action, and we want to change that. I hate bringing up all the negative sides of things, but I really bring it up sometimes just to show you how important it is for you to educate yourself, for you to train yourself, for you to develop yourself. Everything that I'm talking to you about, and it seems like I'm just saying it like I know it, like my last name, I'm telling you what I had to learn. I'm telling you what I had to figure out. I'm telling you what I had to put in tens of thousands of hours probably to become good at in order to really see measurable actions produce results. Because once you start getting into this mathematical metric numbers calculation game in your business, everything starts making sense. Rather than, oh, I'm just good at cooking. I just know people gonna buy my food. Well, I need to know how many plates I need to sell. And I need to know the price of my plates because I might not need to be selling $10 plates. Maybe I need to sell $26 plates in order for it to make sense to my business. So I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who say, oh, I want to start a business. And then one of the next questions is, okay, so what are your products? Well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do the other. How much you gonna charge for that? Well, I'm thinking about charging this, that, and the other. And my next response after those 2-3 questions is, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Nah, that ain't no business. That's just a good idea in your head. That ain't even on paper. And it's definitely not a good idea that will make sense in a calculator. And you got to start remembering that. That might be a good footnote for you to remember. If what you want to sell or what you want to do in business, if it makes sense in your head, and even if it makes sense on paper, But if it doesn't make sense in a calculator, it doesn't make sense. That's a free footnote right there. That was for free. Did you catch what I just said? Wow. You just missed it.
My God.
You just missed it. You just missed that. So if I want to sell something or if I want to do a business, if it makes sense in my head, and if I can write it down, because people love to write it down. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, and we're going to do this, and it's going to grow like that. And we're going to get 2 locations, and we're going to have 5,000 clients, and we're going to have this, that, and the other, and we're going to do this. You write all that down so it makes sense in your head, right? Then it makes sense on paper. Now you got to make it make sense in that calculator. If it doesn't make, that should be like one of the golden rules of running a business. If what you want to do in business does not make sense in your calculator, it does not make sense, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand that. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. And I guarantee you a lot of things that I be saying, you know, it's so crazy because I'm a preacher too, right? So a lot of things that I be saying as a businessman, I can kind of hear the preacher in me saying, now come on, dog. You ain't got to go there now. Like, why you talking like that? Like, why you so heavy with it? Like, why you put your foot on it so heavy? Like, why you can't add like a scripture too and be a little lighter on it? Why you can't be a little more optimistic? That's what the preacher be trying to tell me. The preacher in me be trying to tell me, but you know God will work that thing out and all things will work together for the good now. So you know it'll work out. But the business owner is in me saying, yeah, all that is true. However, God is a mathematician. Like all the scriptures in the Bible got words and they got numbers associated to them, right? So every time you go to Psalms, you put a number to it. I'm going to Psalms 33. I'm going to Psalms 82. I'm going to Deuteronomy 8 and 18. I'm going to Numbers chapter 4. Everything got a number to the word, right? So God, he understands that math is critical to your success. So I want you to think about that. Now, everybody has heard this statement before. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Y'all ever heard that before? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It was a song too in the 90s. You should know that one. Cause no, I ain't know because you younger, okay. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Right? She over there acting like she 18 and a half or something. Cause I'm younger. Like you a 90s baby or something. In your head. In your behind. You moving and shaking.
In my behind.
In your behind. So you acting like you a 90s baby.
Right.
But think about it. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'm bringing that up for a reason. I want you to remember this. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But I want you to kind of twist the word dollars a little bit and just say if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it don't make sense. So if I can't associate a number to something I want to do in my business, then it really doesn't make sense. And it's not about the money, it's about the numbers. I want you to remember that. Like a lot of people ask me, and we have clients that say that to us a lot. I have clients that will say, when I first started listening to you and first started following you and first started learning on your platform, I didn't understand what you were saying when you kept saying financial literacy and doing the math and knowing your numbers. But after some time of just keep listening to me, all of a sudden it started making sense to them. They like, oh, that's what he's saying. Yeah. I need to know the math. What are the metrics? What are the numbers behind this thing I want to do? That's like one of the golden rules for you in business or as an entrepreneur or even in your own personal financial life. Learn the math, learn the metrics. And so this is how you dissect and determine your business revenue. That's how you dissect and determine your business revenue. If you think what I'm saying here is really sophisticated, you should be in our morning briefings. You should be listening to some of the stuff we're talking about every morning before we start our day, when we have our staff briefing. We talking about numbers and metrics and math all the way down to like cleaning the office up, all the way down to like sending emails out, all the way down to like cleaning the windows, all the way down to like planning for events. We want to know the math and the metrics because everything is attached to a number. Everything is attached to a number, and those numbers should be attached to your top line revenue, meaning that if those things are going on and they're not moving that top line revenue up, meaning that you're not increasing in your income, something is wrong. But you can't measure it or monitor it if you're not measuring it. How about that? You can't manage it if you're not measuring it. So that's like an easy formula that you can use to dissect and determine your revenue wants and needs. If you need more information on how to do this, or if you need us to assist you and to really help you with not just filtering and forming your ideas into products, and not just attaching the right prices to your products, but if you need help in dissecting and determining how much money you actually need to make and want to make in your business or as an entrepreneur based on the products and services that you have. If you want to make sure those numbers are right so that you can wake up every day and know what you're doing, because you might be working too much. You might have certain products and services where if you just sold 2 a week, you could be up. Or if you just sold 3 a month, you could be up. Or if you converted 4 or 5 of those things that you're doing into one thing and sold 1 of them a week, you could be good. But that's a process that you need to go through, and that process is tied to you knowing the math, the metrics, the calculations. If you need help with that, I want you to text the word help to the numbers you see in the comments. I want you to text the word help. And when you text that word help, we're going to reach back out to you to do what? Help. We're going to help you. Now, for those of you that would like to take advantage of our 3-for-1 offer, there's a link in the comments and there's a link in the description of this live show that you can click, and it's going to redirect you to our university platform. And you're going to see on that page, I'm going to show you what you're going to see. What they going to see? You're going to see what's included. You're going to see what's included in this $30 offer. I'm going to tell you what's included. Number one, you're going to get all this information I'm talking about, and this information is going to be in handout form, and it's almost 5 hours of training I did with our coaching clients in our last business coaching mastermind. You're also going to get a link. It's already a pre-scheduled link to our upcoming live virtual business coaching mastermind, so that when the day comes, all you got to do is log into your account, go to your student dashboard, click start meeting, and you're going to come in live with us and be a part of that 4 to 5 hour business coaching mastermind. In addition to that, that's 2. Here's the third one. In addition to that, you're going to be a part of our exclusive Q&A, because after our mastermind, I'm going to host a Q&A session, and it's going to be me and you, those of you that join and sign up for this mastermind. You're the only ones that's going to have access to it. You're going to be able to come on, ask questions, get more insights into what you're building, what you're developing. It could be your holding company. It could be your financial plan that you're trying to put together. It could be an expansion plan. Or it could be something like what we're talking about today. You're trying to create products and you just don't know how to take your ideas and turn them into products. All of this I'm going to be answering, because this is what I do for all of our coaching clients. I help them take their ideas, convert their ideas into products, put prices to those products. We determine the best route to take to get them to the market, and we keep working that until people start purchasing it. And when people start purchasing it, we start building an infrastructure around it. Or if we already have an infrastructure built, like a holding company with divisions, we decide where in that holding company or in that division this product best fits. And then we continue to track that process and progress to see where you can find new opportunities to make new money. This whole thing that I'm talking about, it has created success for me, for my family, and for our organization. And it has created success for other people that use these principles and processes and practices. And I'm continuing to develop them because I want this to be a part of my legacy. I want people in the faith community. I want people in the black community, particularly. But overall, I want people all around this world to be able to look to what me and my organization have done and say, you know what? This has changed a lot of lives. This has changed a lot of communities. This has changed the world. That's a part of my legacy. So if there's anything that we can do to help you, you could text the word help. If you want to take advantage of the $30 3-for-1 offer of our business coaching mastermind, click the link, sign up. We do have limited seats for our in-person event. So there's only a limited amount of people we can host in person, but our virtual mastermind, we're not limited to how many people. So you're free to participate in that, to join it, RSVP, get your early bird ticket for the $30, and you can share it with other people that you might be doing business with, that might be on your team. If you got a church or a nonprofit, you got volunteers, I want you to share that business coaching mastermind information. And guess what? You might feel like there's more that you need than just a mastermind or just some virtual program. Guess what? We have a blueprint game plan. We offer a 12-month payment plan. That blueprint game plan is actually our signature business and financial training program. And it is a 5-step wealth building system that we've put together from scratch. And it's a lot of training videos, it's a lot of documents and forms, a lot of tutorials, it's a lot of information and content. And it's probably going to take you about a year to get through, not even all of it, but at least the meat of it. So that's something that you can take into consideration if you just want to have access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 to a online training program. And guess what? You might feel like, you know what? I want to be a part of your coaching program. Most people, can I say most? Or a good majority of the people who purchase a blueprint game plan, at some point they end up going up to becoming coaching clients. Because here's what happens. You join, you sign up for our blueprint game plan. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen just in case you do it. You're gonna say, wow, this joker is like what they used to call Paul Mooney, Negro Damas. He is like real prophetic. Here's what's gonna happen. If you join our blueprint game plan, you become a member of that. You have access to hundreds of training courses. You're gonna start going on there. You're gonna be watching videos on financial literacy. You're gonna watch videos about the holding company. You're gonna watch videos about real estate investing. You're gonna watch videos about goal setting. You're gonna watch videos about creating economic certainty in uncertain times. All these videos that we have on there, you're gonna be watching them. You're gonna learn a lot, especially if you're listening and continue to get that information in. At some point, you're gonna feel like, man, but I'm still stuck. I ain't really able to move the way I wanna move. I got roadblocks. I got blind spots. I'm still not making money. I'm still uncertain about how do I do a holding company? How do I build it out? How do I take my ideas and turn them into products? You're gonna have all these questions, and guess what's gonna happen? If you're very smart, which I trust that you are, especially if you're already on the blueprint, you're gonna reach back out to us and say, you know what? What does it take for me to join your 1-year business coaching program? Because you know what? I want to be able to sit down with you, and I want you to show me step by step what I need to do. I want you to show me how to formulate it. I want you to give me the tools and the keys so I can go use them. Because it's kind of like, you know, you want to build a house, right? And you got a whole lot of tools and material on this big old field that you know you can get, but you just don't know what you need. But then I come out there with you and show you, here's what you need. You need this many nails. You need you need this hammer. You need this saw. You need this many plywood. And here's the blueprint to show you what needs to go where. Now all of a sudden you have more confidence to go back to your plot of land and say, I think I can build this house. And if you start building it and you're just not clear about something, guess what? You got a coach now. Let me call my coach and see, hey, what do I do here? I just made $5,000. Do I need to reallocate that $5,000 into another business venture? Do I need to reinvest it in marketing? Do I need to hire an assistant? Now all of a sudden you have a real business coach that's going to help you do real business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. Like everything that I share with you, I live it. I live it. I pay for coach. I pay for consultant. I pay for experts. I pay to have the best people around me. I learn and study every day. I grind and work hard. I'm not just twiddling my thumbs, loafing around, acting like I'm doing something I ain't just for internet likes, just to look like I'm a social media guru. No, I'm real. And I do what I'm supposed to do every day to keep my company, my organization moving forward. And I want to help you. And we're here for you. So click the link, join the mastermind, or you can just skip all that and join our business coaching program. Because guess what? With the 1-year business coaching program, we are offering 24 months. We offer a 24-month payment plan. There's no excuse. You could pay it for 24 months for a 12-month program. And guess what you're going to get? You're going to get quarterly one-on-one business coaching sessions. Which, you know, yesterday, you know what I thought about? But it was after. I thought we should have got a little footage of that. We should have got a little footage of that. Because I was in my zone yesterday. When I get on that whiteboard, oh my God, when I get on that whiteboard, I be, woo. And see, some people in the faith community might get it a little bit, but it's not until you get around somebody who's prophetic, but also educated and experienced and intelligent when it comes to business. If you put those two together, I'm like a version of that. You put me in a room and you start talking about business and you show me a little bit of information and I got a whiteboard, man, I go off. It's so embedded in me, it's no different than me standing behind the pulpit and preaching a sermon. Like I can use a Bible, but I don't even need a Bible to preach. I can take you to a scripture. Hey, I want you to go with me very quickly to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. We're going to talk about how God gives you the power to get wealth. And I'm going to give you 3 keys to getting that power to get wealth. I can do it in my sleep because I've done it so many times. But it's the same way with business. And I really want God's people to have that experience. I really do. I used to always say that back in the days when I used to preach. But when business wasn't like something people knew me for, I used to always say that you should be just as anointed in a boardroom as you are in the pulpit. The same anointing that comes upon you when you get ready to prophesy is the same anointing that should come upon you when you get ready to sign a contract. It's the same anointing. It's the same Spirit of God. And you might not be comfortable associating it to business only because you might be limited in your understanding of how important it is to the kingdom of God, to the Christian community, and to the world that we're called to serve. That's what we called to do, y'all. So I want you to get in where you fit in. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk with you more about anything that we are offering, whether it's our coaching program, our blueprint, and our upcoming mastermind. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. We're going to talk about the 4th action in business, which is how to concentrate and craft your client profile. How to concentrate and craft your client profile. Very, 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 very important. We just went through some of this yesterday with our clients that we had that session with. We just went through the same scenario. And they left out of here. Their heads was like, they was walking out sideways like, oh my God. I got to wait for my head to shrink back down because we brain dumped on them. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Ramon Preston Show.